Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and this morning we're visiting with Kelli Smith. She's with Life Skills Regional Prevention Center. Kelli, September is Suicide Prevention Month. Can you talk to us about why this month is so important?
Yes. As part of the Regional Prevention Center, we work a lot with our schools, and most of the schools in our region do a survey every year, and it asks questions about substance use, but also mental health. And in the last few years, our surveys have shown pretty alarming numbers among our youth when it comes to their mental health. And so we know it's a problem with adults, but the rising number of youth that are also struggling with mental health issues make it even more important that we really put a lot of focus on improving our mental health and worrying and focusing about the mental health of the youth in our lives.
Kelli, you all do some great programming around suicide prevention. Can you tell us a little bit about those programs?
Sure. Through the Regional Prevention Center, we are able to offer two different suicide prevention programs that anyone in the community that's interested can take a part of. If you have a group that's interested or just a few people, we are able to train you. We have a shorter program that's called QPR, and that stands for Question, Persuade, and Refer. And that is about an hour and a half long program that teaches you to look for signs and symptoms that someone may be thinking of suicide. And it also teaches you ways that you can approach that person and talk with them, and then eventually refer them to the appropriate help. And we have a longer program called Youth Mental Health First Aid. It's about a 6-hour training, but it goes into sort of the similar things that QPR covers, but goes really more in depth in how to notice signs and symptoms that a youth is maybe suffering from a mental health or substance use crisis, and the best ways to connect them to help and to be an important figure in their life. And this could be if you work with youth, if you just have youth in your life. It doesn't have to be someone who directly works with youth every day. It's a great program. Even if you have kids that you go to church with or family members, it's a great program that just teaches you to look for those things that could be alarming, that could be a sign that maybe something isn't exactly right, and the ways to work with that youth and help them to get help before they struggle even more.
Kelli, if someone is watching today and maybe have a loved one that they suspect may be having suicidal thoughts, how can they help them?
There is now a national hotline that is just 3 digits. It's 988. It's really similar to 911. I have a coworker who used to say that if your house was on fire, you'd call 911. But if your brain is on fire, call 988. And that is a number that you can either call. You can also text. They also have a website where you can chat online to a professional who can help you deal with your crisis. It's also available if you have a friend or a loved one who is dealing with a situation and they themselves don't feel comfortable calling or texting. You can call for them, and the people on the phone will sort of help you walk that person through what they can do and how they can get help. And it's available 24/7, 7 days a week. There's always someone who will be able to answer that call.
Kelli, you are actually giving away stickers to the youth in our community that have the 988 number on them. And we're also going to be having them for anyone who comes to the Warren County Extension Office. We're going to have them on our front table. You can pick them up and take them with you. And Kelli, I have been through the 2 trainings that you mentioned earlier. And I know one of the biggest takeaways that I took was that sometimes just asking if someone is having suicidal thoughts is one of the best way to just open up that conversation. It might feel a little uncomfortable, but it can really save someone's life.
Yes, I think a lot of times we have the fear that if you mention suicide to someone, that's going to put the idea in their head, and that will be the first time they've ever thought of it. But that could not be more true. Just like you said, a lot of times by asking someone if they're struggling, that opens up that conversation with them. It helps them to sort of relax, and you all can work together to help to find some help for them.
All right, Kelli, if anyone wants to get in touch with you about offering those 2 trainings, what's the best way to do that?
You can send me an email. My email address is kesmith@lifeskills.com, or you can call our Life Skills office 901-5000, and they can get you connected to me for that.
Righty, Kelly, thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for joining us today on the Farm and Home Show, and we'll see you next time.